As a group of Block 3 student teachers, we all came from various backgrounds spanning from private school educations, small rural settings, large urban regions, and everything in between. Our initial reactions to the video were as unique as our experiences as students. However, as future educators, we were shocked. Many of the dilemmas we witnessed in the documentary include, but are not limited to, lack of community, communication, and relationships between students, parents, staff, and the administration, safety of students, lack of support for administration, inconsistent behavior management, poor teacher morale, challenges with student attitude, and lack of data and proof of achievement. Overall, developing the curriculum plan for Stanton Elementary was challenging because of the extent of the problems we observed. We struggled to find a starting point and a focus to guide us in our plan. Many of the problems we saw were larger than the individual grade levels. We felt that many of the school's issues were school-wide and could not necessarily be solved by reworking the primary grade levels in isolation. Due to this observation, much of the curriculum plan we have developed will positively affect Stanton Elementary as a whole, which will in turn make students and teachers in kindergarten through second grade more successful. The first problem we saw was a lack of community, communication, and relationships. Our first recommendation to fix this would be bi-weekly classroom meetings. This would provide an opportunity for parents to come into the classroom and express concerns, challenges, questions, expectations, celebrations, and the chance to experience what their child does daily. As a second goal, we would encourage teachers to create a wish list or open sign-up for parents to volunteer in and around the classroom. To facilitate organization and communication between parents and guardians and educators, we would encourage each grade level to create a monthly newsletter to be sent home. Our final recommendation for this communication issue is implementing staff training and bonding that focuses on delegating responsibilities and ensuring everyone is a part of a team that is working towards a common goal.
One of the main concerns that we found was the safety and security of the students. Installing volunteer-based before and after-school programs that focus on practical skills such as dealing with abuse, drugs, and violence in their neighborhood would provide supervision of all students during the times when parents may not be available, which would be especially helpful for those at K through second grade.
There is a necessity for more supervision of the students during the unpredictable times of arrival and dismissal. This could be carried out using a system of volunteers and community helpers to assist the students in getting home safely. The school could also set up walking groups where the upper grade students could aid in keeping the primary students safe and getting them where they need to go. This would provide more accountability of the primary students and give the older students an opportunity to develop a sense of responsibility towards their peers and community.
Another problem we saw were student attitudes. Our first recommendation would be to have specials that are geared to K-2 students' needs with real-life applications. These specials would include topics such as future career, drug abuse awareness, and so much more. The specials would be an incentive for positive behavior from students because the students can control what special they want to attend. Regardless of behavior, students will attend these specials. However, positive behavior is rewarded with choice. Unacceptable behavior will result in the classroom teacher choosing the special for this student. Our second recommendation is to implement a positive reinforcement plan which targets both students and staff. This plan would involve educating the teachers and administrators on how to talk to students and how to give students choices and rewards. Teachers will be guided in faculty sessions on what expectations they need to have when rewarding their whole class and individuals. When teachers have the necessary tools to implement positive reinforcement rather than punishment, it will be more common for the students to have better attitudes.
Another problem that we noticed throughout the movie was a lack of support for the principal. Two recommendations we came up with are to hire an assistant principal if possible and to develop a hierarchy of mediation people. In kindergarten, first and second grade, we felt a sense of responsibility was important, so the first person they should turn to is a peer, then classroom teacher, a designated team leader teacher for that grade, assistant principal if applicable, and finally the principal. By implementing these two solutions, we are hoping that the principal will have the necessary resources and time to be more involved with the big picture problem.
One problem we noticed at Stanton Elementary was the lack of data and academic achievement. First, we would recommend that the K-2 teachers be trained in collecting, reporting, and using assessment data. The training would focus on creating authentic assessments, properly scoring these assessments, using data as tangible learning evidence, and using data to improve future instruction. We chose to include training in our plan because it would provide uniformity amongst the K-2 teachers concerning the data. Next, we would encourage K-2 teachers to set achievement goals for their students. We would ask that they share relevant assessment data with each student and work with each student to set appropriate achievement goals. We chose this recommendation because it provides a more individualized use of data, motivates students, and holds K-2 teachers accountable. Lastly, we would suggest a mentorship program for the K-2 teachers. This program would pair up more experienced teachers with less experienced teachers. The more experienced teachers would guide and assist the less experienced teachers in collecting, reporting, and using data. We suggested this recommendation because it provides the teachers with extra support and fosters teacher collaboration. Overall, we believe these recommendations would lead to improved student and teacher performance. They would also provide the K-2 teachers with a systematic way to collect and report assessment and achievement data.
Another problem that we saw was low teacher morale. To improve this, we would have the K through 2 grade teachers start to meet one day each week where they can gather as a team and collaborate on the coming weeks. Having the teachers work together will allow the teachers to bounce ideas off of each other and know that they have support from others. Doing this will allow the students to see that their teachers are working as a team, which will provide a model for a collaborative environment for the students. Our next recommendation: every month a teacher is recognized for their work, their class, or other encouraging thought. As a visual reminder, the teacher's name and a small survey is posted on a bulletin board outside of the office. For every teacher that is chosen, there is a list of incentives which can include not having recess duty and not having bus duty. The teacher is able to pick one for that month. They will be relieved of that duty. Having a teacher of the month will boost the teacher morale because they will feel appreciated and look forward to receiving the honor.
After identifying several behavior issues at Stanton Elementary, we came up with a few strategies for K-2 classrooms. Each classroom would develop their own community in each classroom with weekly classroom meetings to work on communication and team building activities. Assigning students jobs allows them to feel a sense of belonging and teaches each student about different responsibilities. Teachers need to communicate to students that all staff members must follow the behavior system with fidelity. If a student is favored, it creates a negative environment for other students. Present students with the opportunity to create and decide what rules and expectations they would like to have in their classroom. Allowing students to create a social contract will give them a sense of control and know the expectations of the classroom. Communicating to the students the type of behavior plan in K-2 classrooms allows students who are behaving as expected to earn rewards and instill positive reinforcement in the classroom with the chosen behavior management system for their grade level. Improving behavior will help create a safe and positive learning environment at Stanton Elementary.
Overall, we feel that these recommendations will positively influence Stanton Elementary as a whole.